It's every day.
Maul already exhausted.
No, I ain't exhausted. I'm cool.
What's good, man? Maul, you was gone for 2 weeks, man.
Yeah, y'all got my motherfucking contract right. Yeah, I'm back. Thought nigga fired me, but I got my contract back. We cool. Everything good now.
What's been up, man? How was your last week, Jay, every day, Maul, your last couple weeks?
I'm going to go give Maul the flow, man.
I ain't going to go run. Let y'all
go here. You go here and knock it off the park, man. They missed you.
They missed me. First week went to Detroit, man. Me and the wifey had a good time in Detroit. Detroit was, it was decent. But.
Did you get to see the Riverwalk?
No.
I should have requested it.
I sure should have went though. But the skyline of what is that? Windsor. The skyline of that looked really dope. I got a nice good picture of that for that. It was really dope at night, especially at night, because we had like went to a nice restaurant down there right there downtown Detroit. Detroit was decent. It was really clean from what I saw, and everywhere I went it was really clean. One of the things I had for the most, y'all motherfucking downtown is not popping for y'all to be charging them prices to be downtown. For y'all parking, this shit not popping like that. Y'all need to make that shit damn near free or like $5 to $10 so y'all get some people to come down here. Because $35, $40, $45, the park and valet is crazy. It's crazy. And there's nowhere to park or nothing like that, so you got to pay these prices to get up in here and stuff like that. But overall, Detroit was pretty decent. I think it'll be a nice, for where we stay at, it's a nice little getaway. Go there for like the weekend or whatnot, what you do. But I want to tell y'all too, man, like my wife kind of, on the way back, she blew me a little bit because she over there asleep. And we going through construction, so you hear bumping. So she wake up like, oh, you sleep? Hold on. First of all, baby, I do this. This is what I do. One thing about me, Jay every day too. That's another person I trust to drive. I'm going to go to sleep, and I'm going to be cool. If he over there driving, I'm cool. We does this. This is what we do for a living. Don't ever question me driving, ever. I don't give a fuck who you are. I got this. I ain't ready to go, and I'm not going nowhere. Don't question my driving ever. This is what I do on a regular basis. This is what I do all day, every day. So don't ever question my driving. Sit over there on your phone, relax, take a chill pill, do whatever you got to do. Eat your peanuts and your chips and shut the fuck up and enjoy the ride. This is what we do. Am I wrong, Jay, every day?
Hey, you already know.
Yeah, well, this is what we do. So that's the case. So that's happened the first week. Second week, right? This happened like Monday or Tuesday, right? Good story. I'm on my way to the gym. I never answer phone calls that's not saved in my phone. This particular time, it said Northeast Georgia. Who stays in Georgia? My brother. So I'm thinking he then got his phone, like his phone dead or something, so he calling me from his homeboy phone. Get the phone call. This is the sheriff's department. We have your brother. He's been driving on a suspended license. Follow me. I'm like, what the fuck? Now, let alone, my brother has been going through some things with his license because he moved from Florida or whatnot, right? So they say, hey, he can be released today for, he can be released today on home confinement, 24-hour service on house arrest. For like they say the one of the monitors was $1,000. The other monitor where he could still go to work and he could still move around and stuff was $1,200. So I'm like, first thing go through my mind is how much this gonna cost me, how my bank account gonna look afterwards, and let me get this nigga to work so he can help me get my motherfucking money back. And guess what? On top of that, I'm thinking about, nigga. This shit costs $1,200. You paying me $1,500 back because you should never got fucking caught, nigga. You shouldn't be using my money. I'm loan sharking. I'm dead ass serious. You gonna pay me $1,500 back? So we go back and forth. He's doing this, and I'm like, okay, I got to get my brother out, so I'm gonna pay it. So he talking. He say, okay, so I got to transfer you to my supervisor. So he transferred to his supervisor. He's like, oh, so you talked to my deputy. He told you what was going down. He told you what was happening. So I'm like, yeah, okay. So I'm going to get him to 24 hours so he can go to work. He needs to go to work to pay my money back. So, I crack a little joke or whatnot. So he tell me the ways to pay, Venmo, Zelle, all these things. And I'm like, okay. Skirt. I'm like, okay. I'm like, hey, so what type of documents I get Because, motherfuckers always scamming people. So I'm talking about, like, what type of documents can I get, so to know that I paid this and he's going to get out and release. Oh, we're going to give you that. That's why we do it this way and we do all that. Some told me, text my brother. Bro, is you in jail? What? Click. Call my brother. Bro, somebody just called me and told me you got locked up for driving with a suspended license. I'm like, he was like, no, I just left my probation officer. I say, what? He said, I just left the probation officer. I'm going through this stuff with the license trying to get it back. I just left the probation officer. He say, I ain't left that. It ain't been a full hour yet. I say, them bitches scamming.
Somebody down there doing
no. So continue the story. So I say, all right, bro, I'm going to hang up. I'm going to call them back and I'm going to click you in. So I call them back. I get them on the phone. Bro on the phone, he ain't said nothing. So I call back talking to them. So the dude on the phone, the sheriff, say, hey, so what happened to the phone call? The phone call dropped? I'm like, yeah. He say, so why the phone call dropped? Another red flag. Why you asking me why my phone call dropped? Mm-hmm. So I say, oh, no, man, I just, it's just the phone call dropped or whatever. I say, first of all, why you worry about the phone call drop? Just take this $1,200 so we get my brother out. So he kind of paused. So then he was finna say something. So I said, hey, you worry about the phone pausing because you thought I called my brother. Yeah, he on the line. Click, the nigga hung up. Right? So I finished talking to my brother. I tell my brother, bro, that probation officer been doing this to people. She's the head ringer to this.
Oh, so it's an actual probation officer?
Yes, it's an actual probation officer. She's giving people information and they shit out. Because I was his second contact on this stuff.
Right.
Atlanta, of course.
Bro, and I told my brother, bro, besides the Nigerians, Atlanta motherfuckers got it. Because he sounded just like a sheriff. My brother even called him from his phone. That nigga picked up the phone and said, Sheriff's Department.
We are here today to bring your attention.
That's what happened to me. I mean, not that, but they almost got me, And they had my full social.
Thank you. So
and it popped up. Atlanta.
And bro,
so, yeah, they
what got me is I know my brother was going through this, so I was going to pay the phone. I'm trying to get my brother. You go in a situation like that. That's my brother. I'm the oldest, so I'm going to get him out no matter what. I'm gonna pay this bread. So he got me on that, and he had me for a little bit because that's what he said. But it'd have been like me not thinking 5-10 more minutes, he'd have had $1,200 from me real easy.
Yeah, but as soon as they talking about Venmo and Zelle.
Yeah, that's what, like, why you don't need no credit card?
Venmo, Zelle, Cash App type shit. Like, who does that? That's not.
Why? Because you know why? Because once that go through, you can never get that back.
Right.
A credit card, a debit card, they'll stop them funds and return that and give your money back. And they going to do mad investigation on that. Yeah. Your credit card do that. They doing mad investigation on that. They going to get that money back.
I think a lot of the times they're expecting an older person to answer the phone because they're not going to be as probably quick to really, like, oh, snap. My whole brother in jail.
Yeah, like, but it's the simple fact of it is they played on something that was so close to your heart like that. So when emotions, like they always say, that's why you don't think with emotions, because you always do some fucked up shit when you think with emotions. I would think with emotions because I'm like, man, I can't leave my brother in jail. Instead of me thinking with common sense off the bat, you feel me? It got to that point. Eventually, I started thinking with some common sense, but you thinking emotionally. That's what happened. I would have probably fucked around and been going out of $1,200.
And then also it becomes the like, why are you calling me and he's not calling me since he's in jail?
Collect.
Where's his phone call?
Yeah.
Right. Let me talk to him.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you guys never negotiate for somebody like that and send me some emails, send me some confirmation. Yeah, a lot of times you do got to just slow down and pause for a second because these scammers will,
Yeah.
I mean, they're advanced. These niggas is advanced. They living down there in Atlanta in squalor. They dirty, there's no disrespect, but a lot of y'all that moved down there expecting LA type shit, and this is Atlanta, man. Y'all is gay.
And another thing is my brother. I was telling my brother we should go all the way to the top with it, but it's like he's steady trying to get his license. So we don't know if the probation officers are with this, her boss is with this. You don't know how far this go. How many people they got with it. So they can take this and make my brother life a living hell trying to get his L's back. So it's like, do we go and fight it or do we let it ride because they didn't get me and just go ahead and try to get his license back or something like that too as well? Because that probation officer is with this shit. they kicking her something back every time they get something. Because how did she get my brother?
She probably the only person that knows. She about the only one that's in on it. And the dude, I guess, that between them two.
Yeah, but then again, you don't really know because maybe it can go a little higher.
It could, yeah. I mean, the more expensive, but it sounds like some 1-2 type situation. We could run this. We can scam niggas. And you like, out of state?
Yeah, and it's like, we like, that shit just, it made me mad as hell because I missed valuable 30 minutes in the gym. I was already running behind. It shit just fucked up my day. Had me blue.
Well, shit, it would have had you more blue if you would have gave him $1,200.
Yeah, it would have. It would have.
So that's the blessing there. So you know what I mean. Thank God for that.
But then the first thing I looked at is like, I'm one of them people that I like fix problems. When you come to me with a problem, I'm on trying to fix it immediately. So the first thing I was thinking about is like, damn, my motherfucking account for to look kind of crazy when this 1,200 leaves just this quick.
Right.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. I wanted to call Jerry every day, but I'm like, nah, I want to tell him this on the pod. I want to see Jerry Day face on the pod. Because I was just, you already know I got like 3-4 people I'm calling immediately when shit like this happens.
Yeah, like you said, though, as soon as they said Venmo, Zelle.
Yeah, that's what it was running in my mind. It's like, nah, this not.
Venmo to the police station?
Venmo? Nigga, I don't even use Venmo.
Right.
Yeah, because he ain't say, which one of these you use? Venmo, Zelle, Cash App? I was like, I use Zelle.
Cash App? Oh, you Willie Wild.
Cash App is crazy.
So I'll say, I use Zelle. I'm like, so how y'all gonna do this or whatnot like that? And then, you start thinking until you're coming to your senses. It's like, hold on. Like, nigga, y'all would ask for a credit card of anything anyway. Or a bank account. So I would ask for some type of card.
Shit, I'm glad they ain't asked for no bank account.
Oh, no, bank account, you ain't never getting that. You don't get, no. You don't get that.
Be Humble said, Cultivate said, did you tell wifey that with your story about the driving?
Oh, yeah. Don't play with me. I don't play that. That's one thing I do. Like, I do a lot of things well. I'm very good at a lot of things. But one thing I'm great at is fucking driving. I do that for a living. I drive every day. That's one thing that I'm great at. Like I know I was put on this earth to do. Like, I'm good at a lot of things. And they'll tell you, too, like, we competitive. We can do all that stuff. We can do this. We can shoot pool. I'm competitive at a lot of stuff. But one thing that you don't question me about, and you'll get me, like, fully 100, my driving. Don't question my fucking driving. What's wrong with you?
So I've not seen Maul driving the big trucks, but I have seen Jerry Day drive the big trucks, right? So one time I saw him, he pulled up. Listen, I'm not even joking. He pulled up in that big truck. I try to be super careful. But this dude, he know what he doing. You can tell he know what he doing because he pulled up, it was like, this hand, his left hand, stuck it out the side of the window. It was like, okay, sir, go ahead.
Hold on, you're missing out a key fact here. Something that I do. I have a cigar in my mouth while I'm doing it.
I wasn't going to even say that. I was thinking that, but I'm like, I'm not going to put him like that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. They whoever they is that's watching, they know what it is.
Like, okay, sir, go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, no, more like that too, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. We was
cigar and all.
No,
I'm just kidding.
But you know what? When we were, because it was a real competitive. Us and a couple guys were in the group. We all kind of came over at the same time. So I was over there about a week and a half before Maul, 2 weeks maybe. And then Maul came over, and then we had some other guys. That's, if they watching the podcast, they know who they are. But we all ran together. You know what I'm saying? And Maul, a lot of times it was even more advanced than us, right? I mean, it's not like we all had like some training on this shit. We was just out here winging it. So we were just learning from each other, and that's what made the experience great, So, yeah, but definitely Maul can definitely drive. He get out.
Hey, boy, I asked him yesterday, boy, coming home, driving. All right, boy, that's one thing about me, especially when I'm on some trying to get what I'm trying to get. Like sometimes, a lot of times in the trucks, you relax, you cool, you calm. But boy, when time is the essence, move. You don't want to move? All right, I got something for you to move. Motherfucker trailer come over there, you start looking at tandems and fifth wheel, you move out the way real quick. Trust and believe.
Oh, let's see. Be Humble said, did they scam them all? They tried to.
Yeah, they tried to, but they ain't get me though. And then, my bad before you go, then my brother thinking shit funny, called me talking about, hey, I need 1,200. Nigga, get off the fuck off my phone. Shit not a plan now.
Be Humble said, ATL, the land of scammers.
Facts.
Cultivate laughed. Naps and Beauty said, scammers would care less about emotions. The ones from India would have cursed you and your whole family clean out.
Because they ain't get what they wanted. Facts.
Be Humble said, week of Juneteenth, I'll be in the Shy.
Straight up.
DM us, Be Humble, we'll link. Cultivate said, facts, Naps and Beauty. And Be Humble said, yeah. Once he said the apps, I knew it was a scam.
Yeah.
JV, your last week.
Oh man, my last week was wonderful. You know, I turned 40, so you know.
Happy birthday to my dog. Another YN has made it.
Yeah, we made it, man. Absolutely. You know, we went out to Cincinnati. We went out to Cincinnati, called a baseball game. What else? Well, I took the kids to Kings Island. They went to the baseball game as well. Did some cigar lounges. Caught a black-owned cigar lounge. That was pretty dope. What else? And just basically enjoy Cincinnati. You know, I like to stay regional sometimes. Enjoy what the Midwest has to bring. A lot of times, you know, Midwest can be overshadowed by Chicago and, you know, just, you know, its broadness of the city. But Cincinnati, you can kind of tell that a lot of people there, they were struggling. I'll put it like that.
Oh, shit.
They were kind people, but they were struggling. I went to one particular BP gas station, and I'm talking about this shit was hood. Like the cashier lady, young girl, she could have been probably 18, 19. She's there with a bonnet.
She at work with a bonnet on?
She's at work with a bonnet and regular clothes. She's eating, you know, Flaming Hots, you know, shit all over her hand. And, you know, and I was
hitting
just,
the buttons like the Flaming Hots, the dust is on these fingers.
Yes.
So she's pushing the buttons
yeah.
with her pinky.
And she's sitting down all while doing this, you know, but she's talking pretty proper and stuff. And, you know, I was just looking. It was just real interesting. A lot of times when you go to these different cities, you can kind of see the struggle with blacks in those different cities. You can kind of tell maybe the job market isn't there. Cincinnati, to my understanding, was once like an industrialized city, you know, where they had dealt with different shit. I don't know, but it was. I liked Cincinnati vibe a little bit more than Cleveland, and Columbus was just like real slow. But overall, I think the experience was cool. Like, this is my second time going. I could probably come back, like, doing the Cincinnati Music Fest or something. I don't see anything wrong with that. But overall, like I said, the black-owned cigar lounge, they were really accepting of us. They can obviously tell we weren't from there. Probably, like I said, from, you know, just maybe they have an accent kind of down there. But like I said, overall, great experience.
Was it like a country accent or what kind of accent?
It was kind of, I don't know. You know how like Michiganders or
Yeah. So
kind of like, I wouldn't say it was,
country?
yeah, it's kind of proper.
certain words.
They're
they
not really
pronounce
sure if they want to have an accent type shit.
Okay.
And,
certain words sound different.
yeah, but they say people from Chicago has a country accent just because of the Mississippi influence. There's a lot of Chicagoans you would hear, especially on the west side. There's a lot of West Siders have, you know, they sound country.
Like people from Detroit all sounded like when they say "What up, though."
Yeah. What up, though?
All of
I
them.
can't even do it. But
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Did you you ever been to Canton, Ohio for the football Hall of Fame?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that, and then we because yesterday was my birthday, so we made it back yesterday around, you know, maybe 3, and we went to one of my cousins, younger cousins. She went off to prom. You know, her and her date, they looked very nice together. And you know, that concluded my 40th. So
Yeah. I like that prom send off too. It wasn't like,
no, we don't do no hood ratchet shit.
and the house was, bro.
You know,
like, y'all can afford to. Whoever was there can afford to do that.
Yeah.
You got people up here decorating the goddamn apartment.
Yeah. But, you know, I guess that's the difference. And that was one of the things that I was kind of sitting back and looking is that, you know, sometimes people with less money, they overdo it to overcompensate, you know, to make it seem like they have a lot of money. And people a lot of times that may be, you know, better well off, they don't have to overcompensate. Like,
Shit, you see?
you
See that ceiling like, damn,
Yeah.
we can't dust that. We got to call a professional to come dust that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was my week, man. It was great, and you know, it's great to be here with you guys. You know, for year 40.
It's a fact.
Happy birthday, OG.
I appreciate you. Appreciate you, YN.
OG nigga going too far, B. Nigga say OG.
On the last one standing, man. No, my last week was pretty cool. The one thing that stood out was I went to a live stage play.
Dope.
It was called The Book of Grace.
Book of Grace. What was that at?
The Steppenwolf Theater.
Steppenwolf. I went a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a nice theater. It was one that I've not experienced before because like a while ago, years ago, I went to see the New Jack City live, which was I forget which theater it was, but essentially most theaters are like a movie theater. There's a stage in front and everybody's behind the stage.
New Jack City Live.
Yeah.
That had to be at the Airy Crown.
It probably was Airy Crown, but
That was nigga shit.
So it got to be at the Eric Crown.
Gotta be it. Steppenwolf wouldn't have that. They would never.
But that's one thing I liked about it is that the stage is in the middle and the seats are around the stage, which was dope because in order it put a different element on for me on seeing the stage play live because essentially with a regular when there's everybody is staring at the stage from the same angle, the actors on stage go left and right for the most part, but they had to use the entire stage to get whatever it is that they were, whatever point that they were trying to get off. It was two guys and one lady named Grace, and she wrote a book based on that, and that's where I was a little confused on. I didn't really understand what it was about truly, because it seemed like it was a man who was in the military, his son who was also in the military, and the father's wife or girlfriend. I don't know if she was actually his wife, but she fell in love with the son, or it seemed like she was getting like some sort of affinity for the son. And the story, I'm not sure if the story was about like olden times, of the struggles of the father, the struggles of the son, the struggles of her as being torn between the two, like not wanting to be with the son, of course, because she's with the father. Is it about love? Because is it supposed to be like a 1930s type of story? Because the way they were talking was that Southern twang in the 1930s, but the son had a cell phone. Like an iPhone cell phone. And then, what was it?
How were they dressed? Were they contemporary dressed? Or?
The father essentially wore like military fatigue for the most part, that I recall. The son wore a t-shirt and jeans, and the wife, Grace, wore a dress the whole time.
Oh, okay.
So the acting was great, even to an extent. The story was pretty good. It was entertaining. I was entertained the whole time. But what was it about truly? I don't know.
That's cool though. I think it takes away from watching something on TV, like, or watching a movie. A lot of times, we've kind of gotten away from the plays and stuff. Well, we definitely gotten away from the plays. I feel like that's something that a lot of times people people of affluence, they may do. We do plays like Medea and shit like that.
Yeah.
But but I'm talking about like real storied plays where you got a story and a background and stuff. We don't really do that. We don't know about black people really don't know about the Steppenwolf and the Goodman Theater, and whatever other theater in the theater district. They may not even know that we have a theater district in Chicago, right? So. That's good that you went out there.
Yeah, it was dope, man.
You went by yourself or with somebody else?
With somebody else.
What did they think about it?
They are on the same wavelength thought process as me as far as it was a good overall. Like
how long was it?
About an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Not bad.
They had an intermission and all that. Darby said Zell ready. But it was all right. Like I in all honesty, I would go if somebody bought tickets and invited me. I would go see it again because I like the like you said, getting the fact that we're getting away from that type of theater. It was amazing. Like you could feel the character when they started screaming at each other, when they started arguing, you feel it. And it's a smaller theater, they didn't have microphones, so their voices, they actually had to project their voices so everybody can hear them. So it was like, yeah, man, it was amazing. I would go see another play in that theater.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Nasty Beauty said reading playwrights are pretty cool too. I don't know much about that. Reading playwrights.
I like
the reading the script. I'm not sure.
I like the different theaters that they have, just throughout the city. Like I'm sure you guys been to Chicago Theater, of course. Chicago on State and Lake Mall. You been?
No.
No. I've never been to the area Crown, but I believe that's in McCormick Place. No.
Yeah.
Right. Like I said, you got Steppenwolf, and then you got the Goodman Theater, and then what's the theater? The Regal Theater out there on I forget where the original. I think the original was in Bronzeville, but the Regal Theater on, 79th Street, right off 79th in South Chicago. That's a black-owned theater, and somebody had on Instagram. He broke into the theater, and he went around kind of showing like the vintage artwork and shit. I think that's really nice. I think that black people need to just start getting out and doing other things besides, maybe going to rap concerts and twerking.
Just twerking in Lululemon.
I kind of think, to me though, just that you say that, to me, concerts be more overrated now.
Definitely, and too expensive. That's really what it is, too.
And then it's like, you don't know, because like, people have so many shows that they be trying to book to try to get so much money. So you don't know what person's going to kind of show up for this concert. Like, oh, you had a show the night before? Oh, I'm still tired, so I'm going to give them a mediocre type of performance when I paid my money. And that's what it's like, give or take of what you're going to have to, and you can't get a refund because you gave you a mediocre night.
Well, there was some video of like Mary J. Blige. I think she kind of did a half-ass performance, had some attitude or whatever. I don't want to spend a whole bunch, and this is why my limit on going to see somebody is $100.
I don't even think motherfucker worth that.
Might not even be worth that, because I don't want to see, first of all, if you somebody from the 80s, 90s, whatever, I don't want to be singing your song for you, right? Singing your song, watch you dance, half-ass dance, high, whatever, and then you charge me $100 to do that. I can sing to your shit in the car for free, basically. So I don't see the point. But a lot of times people want to go outside because they want to be seen. You want to, people want to put on their best dress shit to these theaters. When we went to go see Corey Holcomb, everybody want to have their best fly shit on just to be seen. That's what it's really about.
J. Cole's one of my favorite rappers. Would not see him live.
I saw him.
And what I imagine, you can, give me heads up on it. Sitting on the stage, rapping lyrics.
That's what they do.
I can't stand. Nah, see.
You want some dancing?
Some sort of show, something. Like, I can watch you sit on the stage and rap on YouTube. I want to see a show.
Yeah, Genuine.
That's what you said, Genuine.
He's falling off the stage, so he's definitely giving you something to look forward to. The knees is buckling. But me and Ski, DHPX, when we went to what was it, Chance the Rapper, and it wasn't at a theater or anything. It was just at the Sox Park. But I mean, we was there for like 12 hours. I kid you not. Well, it was close. If it wasn't 12, it was about 10. It was. He could attest to this. I mean, because it was everybody. They had Alicia Keys, Chance the Rapper.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, Lil Wayne, Kanye came out.
Okay.
2 Chainz came out. Hannibal Buress, Common was up there. It was some of everybody. It was packed. But this was years ago. This was 2016.
Yeah, man. I recommend people go see. If it's a play at the Steppenwolf Theater, I recommend checking it out. Cultivate said Mary J. Blige points the mic at the audience and leans against stuff because her feet hurt and she's tired.
Yeah.
Facts. David said that ish was dope.
Yeah, it was. It was a good time. And we got in, I don't know, it was $35. That was, DHPX. He was the one who organized that. So, yeah, fun time. It was hot that day, too. It was September, like mid-September, but it was hot.
Motherfuckers out there musty. Look at here.
Yeah.
For 12 hours, yeah.
Niggas was out there musty.
It was out there. People was out
there.
Feet
hurting, everything.
We was sitting down.
All right, man. Let's get into this, man. So let's talk about Tory Lane's situation, man.